Hello viewers, here is another 12-inch oscillating table or desk VN. This is a Midea product. This one is sold under the brand Living Accents, which I want to say is a Walgreens store brand. Or is that Living Solutions? I don't know. It's some store brand. These were sold under a plethora of different brands. I'm not sure if this particular variant was sold under the SMC name, but there were a bunch of these sold under SMC as well. This general model has been on the market for a very long time, since the mid to late 90s, and there's still a variant of it in production to this day. Of course, they've gotten progressively cheaper and flimsier and less powerful as the years have proceeded, but I do think in a lot of ways that these are one of those cases where this was like the last really good of the model of oscillating fan out there, because although this is cheap in a lot of ways, the guard in particular is a little bit abysmal. It's still pretty powerful, and it's still fairly reliable. These can take quite a few hours before they have any problems. This particular one dates back to 2005 or November of 2006. So this probably was sold in the summer of 2007. It's the model number FT30-Y1 Z. And it is a desk fan, GD Midea Environment Appliances Manufacturing Company Limited, 120 volts, 0.35 amps, made in China. So you can see this one has a couple of cheap aspects. The base is like, it screws in there, it snaps on there, and then it turns into this bigger piece. It's kind of weird. The guard is unbelievably flimsy, but I do kind of like these guards. I think that they're very aerodynamic. It's pretty quiet, doesn't make a lot of air noise, and it doesn't offer a lot of restriction either. This blade shape was pretty good. This does not appear to be warped at all. Maybe ever so slightly, but not necessarily in a way that's going to impact the airflow. Yeah, it looks fine. These seem to be holding up pretty well over the years. I found a similar variant to this in the trash a couple years ago, actually quite a few years ago now, and it just needed to be oiled up, and that thing has been running year after year with no problem. I put a lot of hours in that thing and it still runs pretty good. So I like these. I got the clip on the guard, easy to clean. This one's got some hours on it. It's pretty dusty. The guard is rusted and it's got like a suspicious yellow underneath. Maybe that's rust underneath the paint. But quick wire brush and repaint will solve that problem. It's got like a ticker towel coming out of here. I don't want to remove that because I feel like it might be serving some kind of purpose. So we'll just leave that alone until we do the clean and service, and then we should be able to determine what is going on with that. Well, actually the motor looks fairly clean inside, so maybe it's not as high hours as I thought. Yeah, that's pretty clean in there. Well, on second thought, maybe the dust on there is all the hours it's ever had. That's probably only one season. Maybe this was used for a year and then dumped in a wet basement, and that's how it got all the rust on there or something. So this is getting into the fused plug era, but there is no fused plug on here. It's just a polarized plug. And there is a carry handle, but it's like for people with tiny fingers. I don't know how that's supposed to be useful. Alright, so we're testing at 120.2 the volts. I'll go over to the amps and we'll start it up on the low. Articulation off. Oh, it's got a startup sounds. Oh boy, the blade is severely out of clock. Alright, so one of the blades, that blade that's on the, that blade right there is a little bit warped. Yeah, this is going to require some balancing. You can hear it and you can feel it. You can feel the airflow is kind of messed up and you can definitely hear it. So as far as performance goes, it's pretty powerful. If I go all the way across the room, I can feel it with ease. Certainly a lot more powerful than that Home Was Too Cool. I think this is already more powerful than the Home Was Too Cool was on high. I can feel plenty of air moving back here. And it's fairly quiet. Which is exactly why I like these. Decent airflow, fairly quiet. Power information is 0.28 amps, 33 watts with a power factor of 1. And the balance on this is pretty bad because it's all warped. 2 or 0. Be kind of a dry bearing sound there, but that's not surprising. It's almost 20 years old and it's probably never been oiled. It's moving some air now. It's not quite at like the old Lasco Galaxy from the translucent blade era performance, but it's moving some air. Quite satisfactory. And we have to remember too that once you get past the 90s, everything started to get real cheap. Although I don't know if this is just relative because things are getting worse and worse every year, but it seems like the stuff from the 2000s wasn't all that bad. There was junk, but there were still some decent models and some decent economy products. I feel like these are the Hampton Bay of portable fans. In fact, I believe that these sold under Hampton Bay. Yes, they did. I have one that the letter H gave me. I think they were great. It was an affordable, very inexpensive economy product, but it lasts 20 plus years. It's powerful, it's quiet, it's reliable. I don't know how you argue with that. Yes, there's better fans. They costed more. Plenty of air. I can feel it clear across the room here. And it's very quiet. It would have been quieter if that one blade wasn't messed up. It's shaking pretty good now. Oh gosh. Wow. Yep, that's definitely out of balance. Jeez. Good grief. Wow. That is ridiculous. Yeah, that's shaking pretty bad. And that's just because that one blade is bent. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to bend the blade back because some people claim that these blades can be fixed. You can unwarp plastic blades, but the people that claim that refuse to make a video showing how to do it, and it's infuriating because I share a lot of information on here. I give a lot of tutorials. And the only thing I've really asked people to show me how to do is how to fix warped plastic blades, and I get nothing. None of us get any of this information about how to fix these plastic blades. Somebody make a stinking video on how to fix the warped plastic blades. Seriously. Power information, 0.3 amps. 37 watts with a power factor of 1. It's a decent quality motor. Pretty decent airflow all the way across the room here. And it's not that loud. Just blew my papers away. This is abysmal. We'll fix it. We can balance it. I don't know how to fix the warping, but we can balance it. Definitely get it better than this at least. This might need some cleaning too. Yeah, this is having some trouble there. Buttons aren't holding down. Well, the oscillation seems to be working just fine. Yeah, it's out of balance very badly. These were steel bearings, or at least they used to be. I don't know when that stopped. But that's not bad for never having been serviced. Alright, well this one's gonna take some effort. We gotta do some painting, we gotta do some balancing, but we'll get this looking and running pretty good.